Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you saw, my previous video featured a tier list for Lost Origin, my own personal opinion from what I've seen from tournament results, my experience playing with the decks and whatnot. And I do believe Palkia remains the best, if not one of the top tier decks in the metagame. And that is why we're going to be playing with the top tier decks that I consider the best ones in our lead up to Peoria Regionals, the first Lost Origin legal regional championship. So should be pretty fun. PALKIA VSTAR, we've covered a bunch in the videos and in the channel, but never hurts to have a refresher. Subspace well, 60 damage plus 20 more damage for each of your and your opponent's bench Pokemon. So up to 260 damage, which is really powerful. And then we have the Star Portal ability, allowing you to attach up to 3 water energy cards from your discard pile to your water Pokemon in any way you would like. Now combining Palkia, we have the Intelligent Engine with Shady Dealings to allow us to search for any trainer that we want once we evolve Sobble into Drizzle. And we also have Shady Dealings Intelligent to search for 2 cards as well. Now for Sobble, to help start out, it's actually a pretty decent starter as it can get more. The one thing that I think I'm missing in this deck and that I will be adding right now is the Canceling Cologne. I feel like the Canceling Cologne is now a necessary evil, if you will, in order to be able to pull off double KOs against the Lost Box decks, which are being very aggressive with their Echoing Horn usage, and therefore I will be taking out the Capture Energy for that right now. Now this version of the deck is not playing the Quad Battle VIP Pass and is not playing the Double Cross Switcher, but it is one of the most successful decks so far, so that's why we're gonna keep it as is. My personal preference is with the 4 Battle VIP Pass, 4 Cross Switcher, and the Canceling Cologne. 4 Battle VIP Pass just feels like a necessary evil right now in the metagame, but this version is still pretty solid, pretty consistent, and it plays out better than you would expect with the 3 Iridium and the 3 Battle VIP Pass. Hopefully I don't eat my words here when we get back-to-back death rows or something, but Palkia, a really powerful and really strong deck that can also adapt. We could include in Poland V, we could include Crabominable as ways to adapt to the metagame as well. And Temple of Sinnoh, also a pretty cool addition to the deck to limit the usage of capture energies and possibly energies in Wrenching Giga's decks at some point. So let's jump to the ladder, see what we can do with Palkia. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Photon Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. We get to go first, which means I'm be prompting the Palkia in the active. We have a really solid hand right here, which is fantastic. And we are going to be going up against Mew VMAX. So lately, the Mew VMAX decks have not been playing the Meloetta, right? So we are actually not threatened by this, by that anymore, which is really good. We have a pretty good follow-up hand, though we will not be able to pressure a Mew. Hopefully we can guarantee ourselves 2 prize cards. But if my opponent is playing the Meloetta, then we are very exposed at the moment. And we could be in a lot of trouble. Now, Rotom Dex is definitely not a card you want to start off with when playing Mew VMAX, right? And the Pokestop all but confirms that no, there's no Meloetta right here, so that's also really good. They did lose Silene and Gensec V. That's potentially really good. Has to Cramomatic, a Cramomatic as well. So there's gonna be the Battle VIP Pass, yep. But definitely a very rough start for my opponent. Not only because they lost the coin flip. Ooh, we get Marnie though. Not only because they lost the coin flip, but also because their start wasn't that great. I guess they were holding the Marnie, so maybe it wasn't that terrible. Okay. This is less than ideal overall. I might end up using Pokestop. Temple of Sinnoh will actually be potentially decent against the double turbo energy as well. But the best way that I can get cards out now is possibly Radiant Greninja, which could or could not be priced. I honestly did not check for that with the Capacious Bucket, probably should have. And otherwise, we could potentially use my opponent's Pokestop as well to try and hit a level ball and incense, and that would immediately free us. Okay, so underwhelming-ish turn for my opponent. I'll play the bucket, and now I will check for the Greninja. It is, in fact, available, so I'm going to use Greninja first, see what I get off of that, and then I'll consider if I want to use the Pokestop or not. Honestly, the escape rope could end up being useful, where I get 2 prizes now, and then 2 prizes next turn, and then 2 prizes the turn after. So we'll see. We're gonna conceal cards here, grab ourselves. Oof, not, like I said, not great cards. All right, I'm gonna Pokestop then. Just a scoop up net. Yikes. Why is this happening? Okay. So now this definitely changes things. Out of all the cards that I have in my hand, I do feel like the Inteleon, the expendable one, I do need a backup Palkia in case my opponent does knock me out. And to have a target for the energies. So we're going to go ahead and start Portal. 3 of those. Attaching 2 here. And 2 here. And if they go after this Palkia, then that's honestly not the end of the world. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Temple of Sinnoh, and here's where I'm hoping my my 2 prizes bail me out. Yeah. I did discard the Inteleon. Well, I have access to another one potentially, and this gives me Drizzle, so at least we're good. But pretty silly to see that I discard the Inteleon, then off my prize cards I get the rare candy. All right, and we just get Marnie, so never mind. Not liking this heavier Marnie metagame. If you've been a Tablemon follower at all, you know how badly Marnie ends up wrecking me every single time. All right, now they've gotten the 2 power tablets, so now they can KO me. And this is where starts to get a little dicey. The Mew pressure is definitely real. All right, now they are down 2 Genesect, so if I go boss KO at Genesect, that could actually be pretty good. Boss KO Mew would also be pretty fantastic. Yeah, boss KO Mew could actually be the play. Now that they have that, though, the escape rope play is out of question. So this is not ideal. Definitely need to promote the Palkia. They are down 2 power tablets, but this Eileen could still be a threat here. Okay, they are down 2 stadiums. Definitely need to evolve, right? And then I can't commit to going boss KO, not with that huge hand and not with no Palkia on the bench. So I'm just gonna have to establish the Palkia, power it up as well with the bucket. We're gonna do that. We are going to get the attachment going. And then what I will be doing here is, if my opponent knocks out my Drizzle instead of Palkia, that would be really good, right? So my plan is to go Roxanne Path next turn. That's going to be the plan, and in order to accomplish that, I do need to get the KO. They do have the benched Mew though. That's the problem. I mean, I do have access to Roxanne and Path next turn. How many Marnies are they down? Just one. You know what? I'm gonna grab the Ultra Ball because I definitely have cards I can discard. So we'll go Sub as well. So our hope is that I don't get KO'd, I guess. Definitely in a rough spot though. The pressure that Mew is applying right now is pretty big. Our best hope is that we don't get KO'd. Right? If they choose to Psychic Leap and heal, the game should be over. Alright. Maybe I should have used Radiant Greninja, in fact. Alright. A lot could happen this turn. If my opponent whiffs, they could even whiff the attack potentially. They don't get a switching card, which that seems very unrealistic. Well, they are down one switch. So they absolutely need another Mew VMAX. And if they have to attack with a new Mew VMAX, then that means they need the other choice build and the 2 power tablets. If they knock me out with this Mew VMAX, then I can certainly knock them out. And hopefully I can Roxanne. I mean, I do have a lot of outs to the Roxanne path. So my Ultra Ball would lead to Inteleon. The Inteleon would grab Roxanne plus the Palkia probably with the Incense. Not sure. Alright. Maybe I would grab Roxanne path. Not entirely sure. Alright, there's the other Mew. If my opponent doesn't knock me out though, or doesn't get 2 prizes this turn, then that's fine. The game's basically over. They have used one Genesect. And the fact that we were able to KO a Genesect early and they discarded Genesect with their Pokestop ended up being really, really good. And they haven't played any power tablets yet, so I'm hoping we're in the clear now. Really hoping we are in the clear. So I guess they're debating whether to Psychic Leap or whether to attack with the other Mew. I guess if you... Okay, they do have the boss. To retreat. They haven't played any power tablets yet though, so they don't actually have a KO with this Mew. Oh well, there's a power tablet, never mind. Okay, so they do take 2 prizes. So now Echoing Horn is a potential issue. Alright. But now I just go Roxanne path off of the Inteleon. Or do I? Actually, I don't. I go Roxanne Escape Rope. Or do I? Can I even afford that? No, I don't think I can. This is where not having cross switchers is really awful. If I go Escape Rope, they can still Psychic Leap. But that might be better. Like in terms of the longevity. You know what? I'm gonna play to the Roxanne plus Escape Rope. Okay, that's actually really nice. Okay. So I'm gonna go Roxanne plus Rope. And then... actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab the path. They might not know that I don't have. They might think, oh, no Roxanne? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna escape rope first. Maybe I should have Ultra Volt for Drizzle for escape rope, and then... Alright, they do promote... Okay, this is really good, because now... Yeah, I was expecting them to promote the Oricorio. I was absolutely expecting them to promote the Oricorio. Because now... I just need a boss to win. Doesn't matter if they Psychic Leap or not, so definitely disagree with my opponent's play right there. But I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. Alright. So I want to play the path. Go ahead and Roxanne. Alright. Bonus damage counters don't really matter at this point in time. If I bench Manaphy, I also protect myself from an Echoing Horn play. So this seems pretty good. I have access to boss. Okay, so I'm thinking with scoop up nets, I probably could have done this in a more efficient manner in terms of choosing and having access to the boss here after Roxanne. Also could have used conceal cards to discard that water because I do have scoop up nets to retreat in case they go boss to try and stall. So I do see how I did not play that previous turn very optimally. Alright, my opponent hasn't seen me play anything more than one boss. I do play Rotom-Bone. Okay, but anything other than Silene into drawing a power tablet plus the other power tablet is game over because they are down 3 power tablets, right? Yeah, they're down 3, so... Alright, they just cross Fusion Strike, that's fair. So now their only hope is that I don't have boss. And obviously that is not going to be the case, I don't think. Right? I do have access to my boss's orders, I do. And that will be the game. Very close though, very close. And I definitely felt the lack of cross switchers here. Really surprised my opponent promoted. They didn't promote the Oricorio because if they had promoted the Oricorio, then this turn they could have attacked and Psychic Leaped and eliminated my win condition. So, I mean, if you're already behind, might as well try. I don't know. Let's play another match. Right. Going first once again, and this time with a raw battle VIP pass, which is really cool. Definitely feeling the lack of cross switchers in this version though, and honestly there's so many ways to build Palkia. I don't think you could ever say there's an optimal, like 100% optimal way to build it, but I mean, you never know. All right, so here's something that's in the back of my mind. I see a Radiant Greninja, so either I'm up against the mirror match or I'm up against a Lost Box deck. Either way, like no matter which one it is, if I grab the Greninja here, it's in the back of my opponent's mind, right? If I don't grab it, they might think that I priced it, which could lead them to not going for the mana fee, which could then lead to me having access to a double knockout next turn by retreating. So that's like a sneaky play you can do, which I do like, to try to pull off, like not having, okay, and there's the Colress experiment, like not having the card in play means it's less likely that it's in the back of your opponent's mind. Yeah, and especially if you do your first search, you play a bucket and you didn't establish the Greninja, your opponent might immediately assume that you don't have the card. You don't have access to the card. So just something to consider. Yeah, it's a play you can do to help you. You know. All right. So we see the double Comfey. Not scared at all. We've seen waters so far. from my opponent. Not immediately benching the Comfey before using flower selecting. That is a really good thing to do. Really good sequencing by my opponent. Lost Zone away an Ultra Ball. So that Ultra Ball could indicate that it is Giratina VSTAR, actually. We could be up against Giratina VSTAR based on that Ultra Ball. The regular Lost Box decks are barely even playing Quick Balls, it seems. They would never play Ultra Ball. Alright, the Capture Energy all but confirms Giratina VSTAR at this stage. Oh, wait, never mind. It's Goodra. Never you mind. Okay, Goodra. So I could go after the Goodra then. That feels like a potentially better play. However, not easy to do here with this hand. Because I'm missing a fuller bench. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna conceal cards here, revealing the Radiant Greninja, I guess. Okay, so this gets me boss, this gets me the Palkia, and the choice belt makes up for the other benched Pokemon, so then it's 160, 180, 200 to, yeah, okay, so more than enough. Actually, just enough, right? 160, 180, 200 to 20. All right. So just enough. This will get me the boss. I do have access to another Drizzle. I do have PALKIA VSTAR, so I will be able to apply immediate pressure to my opponent's Goodra. I did not mean to click on that. And we're off to the races. Yep. Alrighty. And then we have the threats of the Radiant Greninja as well, which is really nice. And you can see how much of an impact on your bench a Battle VIP Pass does. So that's why I do believe... Oh, I didn't need the choice build. That's my bad. That's why I do believe maximizing that and maximizing the Iridas is the way to go. But, I mean, not saying I know absolutely everything, right? Okay, my point promoting the Radiant Greninja indicates that they are going to go for the Moonlight Shuriken right here, which is less than ideal. There was no way for me to play around that. But that's okay, honestly. They get 2 prizes, and then I'll get the next 2 prizes off the Comface. Yeah, this is honestly, like, it's not ideal, of course, but it's fine. Very aggressive Goodra VSTAR deck. I did trash Goodra in my tier list video, so I hope I don't end up eating my words right here. Alright, there's a Moonlight Shuriken. Double knockout on the Drizzles, which is fair. But I am still, like I said, in a pretty decent spot right here. Okay, so I'm probably gonna do the same thing, go after the 2 Comface. So I'm still at least 1 turn ahead. Okay, so I'm gonna go concealed cards. Draw 2. I do get a Palkia. Alright, I have 2 energies in my discard pile. Once I retreat, so I am going to retreat for sure. Alright, quick ball. I am going to establish Manaphy and also grab a Sobble off of the Irida, just to protect it next turn. So there's the Sobble, and then I will grab a level ball, so I have access to the Drizzle next turn. Any card that I might actually need. So I have 2. I'll go ahead and retreat. Now I have 4. I'll go ahead and start Portal. Power up the Greninja, return the favor. My Sobble is protected. My 2 prizers are also very nicely protected. And we'll be able to Moonlight Shuriken for the double knockouts. I'm keeping the Cologne because I could end up using it to turn off a mana fee and take a KO. I could, like, it could be discard fodder for Ultra Ball at this stage, so not super concerned about that. Not about not playing that card. At least not now. But we'll see in the future. Alright, my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 exactly. Now it'll be 9. And they're down only 1 Mirage Gate, but 4 total energy. Alright, there's a Mirage Gate. Okay, and I guess they didn't have any more energy left in their deck, which means they were holding them in their hand. So yeah, PALKIA VSTAR, really powerful deck. Definitely recommend it if you're looking for a deck that you want to be really good and also has potential for quite a few months in advance, right? At the very least until February, when we get Scarlet and Violet and EX Pokemon make a comeback. But yeah, pretty cool deck. Thanks so much for your support on the channel. It's been amazing. Lost Origin has brought a lot of you back and has brought a lot of new people. And if you haven't subscribed yet, it really helps out the channel. So click that subscribe button, leave a like, helps promote the video and helps support the channel and keeps my motivation to keep bringing cool gameplay and double videos as I've been doing. Thanks so much, and until next time. Bye-bye.